Good morning to everybody that is watching. Welcome to Live at the Waterhole with myself, Chad Hobson. I'm going to be your naturalist for the morning. I do hope everybody's having a lovely Sunday morning so far, and I trust it's only going to get better with the show. Does seem like it is a little bit gloomy um, out here at Jamala in Madikwe. Also, a little bit overcast and very windy up at Juma. So we'll just have to see what comes down to the water to join us. Also, just a reminder that this is a live and interactive show, so please do send through your questions and comments. If you would like to subscribe, you can do so on our website, or you can join the conversation on X using that hashtag WildEarth. Any questions you might have for me, please do send them through. So, like I was saying, it does look a little bit overcast here at Madikwe. You can see there's not too much sun that's shining. There's quite a lot of cloud cover. You can hear a little bit of wind. But this also could be good for us. I mean, the animals might be a little bit more active, especially the cats. Maybe if it isn't so hot. So maybe today is the day that we might get to see some cats. Would definitely make my Sunday. So for now, there's just the one wildebeest there on the left-hand side of the water here at Jamala. There were some impalas a little bit earlier. They might have moved off, but he does look like he's staring at something in the bushes. And if he maybe just saw something move and is uncertain of what it is. So, I mean, you can see how windy it is. Those trees just behind this wildebeest, how they are blowing quite a lot. And so a lot of the animals coming down to the water will be quite, well, a little bit more nervous in the wind. It's just the scent of all the predators are blowing all over the show. And the herbivores are uncertain where the predators are coming from. You can see, I mean, this wildebeest looking all over. So 50, good morning to you. Thanks very much once again for joining live at the Waterhole. Minty Magic, you saying hello there. It's looking pretty today. It is a pretty. It's very different. The bush when it's a little bit overcast. I mean, the last couple of days we've had extreme heat, so there's been lots of sunlight, lots of animals coming down to drink, and now the weather has changed a little bit, and it can completely change the feel of the bush when it's a little bit overcast. That's why I'm excited for today. You never know what might come down to the water. There still will be animals coming down to the water, but in what numbers I'm not too certain right now. So we'll just have to be patient and see what happens. So apparently, the last time the weather was like this in Jamala, there was a pack of wild dogs that came down to the water. So we never know. Maybe a pack of wild dogs will come down, or a leopard, or lions. I'm feeling the cat luck today, somewhere along the line. I'm hoping for any sign of any cat. Quite a large herd of wildebeest, tailudge, and a lot of the times you'll find animals in the wind. Sometimes they go out into the open, just because it's much easier for them to spot a predator coming. But then also some animals will go into the thickets. They'll go and they'll try and hide. So they'll try and hide from the predators. Uh, Different animals have different techniques to get away from the animals. Also, quite incredible to see. I know yesterday we were speaking about the greenery that was showing up around Namibia at Okaguyo. But also have a look how much green is already here at Jamala. I mean, there's still quite a lot of brown grass, but there you can see that there's quite a lot of greenery coming through. And that's a sign of some good summer rains already. And I'm sure they are going to have a lot more, or they're hoping for a lot more, I'm sure. Also, quite a big herd of impala. And I think also with this weather, I mean, it's going to be about the safety in numbers. So the more eyes, the more ears, the better chances of spotting that predator. Because I mean, it's often a very good time for predators to hunt in the wind and when it's overcast or raining, because the prey don't know where those predators are coming from. So I mean, for instance, like a leopard could stalk up to a herd of impala, and the wind will be blowing all over the show. And what might happen is there might be a strong gust of wind that goes up to from the leopard to the impalas, and those impalas then panic. And because the wind's coming from all over the show, they don't know where that predator is, and they just make a run for it. And often they can make a run for it in the complete wrong direction and get taken by that leopard. So it used to always be my favorite if you have like a very windy evening and or rainy evening, and then go out the next morning looking for like leopard or lions. There's a very good chance that they're going to have caught something in the evening. Always nice to see them feeding. Also, quite nice to see the difference here between some of these younger wildebeest. You can see some of them are still a little bit brownish in color, and some of them are a little bit darker. So that's the darker ones are just a little bit older. So I mean, not by much, maybe a week or two. But as they start getting older, they start to change color into that more darker black, like the adults are. Dorian, I was saying wildebeest look donkey-like. Are they in the horse or zebra family? So they do look a little bit like a donkey, but they're part of the Bovidae family, um, which is like the close relatives in that family are the hartebeest, um, Sesame and Blesbok and Bontebok. So they fall within that family. So they don't fall within the same family as a zebra or a donkey. Okay, I think we're gonna leave these wildebeest to feed. We're gonna head over to Juma and see what's happening. So welcome to Juma, everybody, where the baby hippo is out and about to show everybody on this beautiful Sunday morning. Christina Jovic, you're saying good morning from the UK. Christina and Mark, enjoy your show. Thank you very much. I'm glad you are both a fan of the show, and I do hope we're going to have a fantastic show this morning for you both. How incredible to finally be able to see this baby hippo nicely. Has been spending quite a lot of time behind these bushes here. You can see the weather is also a little bit up and down here at Juma. It's quite a lot of wind. It is also very overcast. So it is often a time where you might find hippos coming out of the water when it is overcast and a little bit windy, because their skin is very sensitive to the sun. So you won't find them often out of the water during the heat or when it's very sunny. But if it is overcast, mom might feel like she could utilize the time to feed and come out, but we'll have to wait and see what does happen. Almost seems like the baby hippo is quite playful this morning. I think also maybe it's got to do with the change in the weather. It's actually quite amazing how quickly this hippo baby has grown. It was born somewhere around the 19th of January, so it's just under a month old, maybe 3 weeks old. And literally in the last 2 weeks, I can see the difference in size. Hey, Forts, you saying that this is the best sight of this baby hippo you've seen? Baby dewdrop is the cutest. Yeah, the dewdrop is the cutest, for sure. It is very nice to get a good view of this baby hippo. And this mom is still hiding behind the trees, but at least the baby is moving around and be able to get a decent enough view. I mean, it's only been just shy of a month this baby hippo's been around. But this baby hippo is going to spend, I mean, it will probably suckle on mom for 8 months to a year, and then spend a little bit more time with mom. And most likely, when mom comes into estrus again, that's when the baby hippo might get kicked out if it is a young male. If it's a female, then they might stay within the same little pod. It's tough to tell if it's a male or female at such a young age. I wonder if maybe they're going to come out for us. How incredible would that be? Well, we can literally see now the whole body of mom. It's quite incredible the size of her. I mean, look at the size difference between her and the baby. This is very special to see her out of the water like this. Let's see, maybe she will start to move towards the bank. I mean, like I was saying, it is a very good time for her to come out of the water. I mean, she might not go too far. She might just spend a little bit of time feeding on the bank, quite close to the water. But let's just wait and see.
We can't keep calm when our teams are on. It's time to huddle around tracks and trails for the WildEarth Super Bowl. Gear up for a competitive weekend on safari as our naturalists across locations compete to spot the most animal species. Go to our X page and poll the team you're behind. Get your game faces on and watch it live. WildEarth, it's in your nature.
Port Kleine, you're saying lovely Egyptian geese. Where do they have their nests? So often Egyptian geese, they can nest in like cavities of old trees. But they do mostly nest like under bushes on the outskirts of the water, or maybe even like on a little island in the water. But I would say mainly on the outskirts of the water, under bushes. It's probably the easiest place for them to nest. It's quite tough to be able to count these goslings now, just because it's quite incredible how camouflaged they actually are. Might be easiest to count now when they do go into the water. Maybe we can see. I see 4. I'm sure they're gonna follow mom and dad into the water. I think there is 4. Maybe they're just gonna rest a little bit on the bank. Maybe the water's a little bit cold. You do often find the Egyptian geese, they come onto the bank to feed. And if you were watching a little bit earlier, they were feeding on often the grass seeds. So they often take their bill and they run it up along the grass to feed on all those seeds. No, that's probably the main part of their diets is the seeds, but they'll eat leaves or grasses, and on occasion they've been known to feed on small little insects, but that's not often what they do feed on.
Love is in the air, and where there is love, there is life. Keep your lover close and jump on safari as we celebrate Valentine's Day. From mating to courtship dances, our expert naturalists will search for all the signs of love in the wild. Join us this romance season.
Hello, are you Mr. and Mrs. Roller?
Wild Earth, it's in your nature.
I was just trying to see what we were looking at. Yeah, but it's a pied kingfisher. So if you look on the right of screen, there's a black and white bird that's sitting perched. And it's a pied kingfisher. Often you'll find the pied kingfishers sitting on the edge of the water, looking into the water, seeing if it can see any movement of fish. And this is actually the bird that will hover above the water. So like 5 or 10 or 6 meters, sorry, not 10. 5 or 6 meters above the water, and it will keep its head extremely still. And then it will flap its wings, and it will eye in on something in the water and then dive down and try and then catch it. It is quite incredible to see, so maybe we'll be lucky and see this kingfisher dive down. It is beautiful to see this kingfisher, but it seems like it's going to just stay perched there on that dead buffalo thorn. Why don't we head over to Jamala, where we've got our first elephants of the day. So welcome back to Jamala, where we've got a small herd of elephants that has come down and joined us here at the Waterhole. These elephants are having the time of their lives. Look, oh, there's three of them. Thought it was only two. This is actually the same spot where the other day where that big elephant bull lay down. And remember what I was saying about how there's a bit of a lip there, so it's not completely flat, and so it was easier for that elephant bull to lift its body weight up. So it seems like the spot to lie down here, or if you've got a scratch on your side to try and get rid of that itch. I don't think these elephants are going to be doing too much swimming this type of weather today, but you never know. HMSU St. Chad, when will we see you on safari? You enjoying my comments and information? Thanks very much. I do appreciate that. And I'll be on Juma from the morning of the 7th of March. So it's a little while from now, but up until then, or up until the 29th of February, I'll be doing live at the Waterhole. And then from the 7th of March, you'll be able to see me live in action at Juma, which I am really, really looking forward to it. So it's been a while since I've been in the bush. I mean, I say a while, it was around the 22nd of December when I was last in the bush. So for me, it is quite a long time, but looking forward to getting up to Juma and finding all those interesting characters up there.
Out in the wild, life moves fast. To capture the action, you've got to be in the right spot at the wrong time. Now, incredible animal behavior, selected from amazing amateur and professional footage, to reveal the secret lives of animals in motion. This is raw nature, caught in the act. It seems like the wind has calmed down a little bit here at Jamala, but it still does seem like it is a little bit overcast.
Still see that wildebeest in the background there, still making 100% sure that it's safe to be around the water. Kelsey, you asking, are all elephants within a herd related to one another? So, Kelsey, it can be quite tough to say yes to this question. The reason I say that is elephants, they'll come and go. So what I mean by that is elephants will join different herds at different times. So, like for instance, here there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this might be one family group. So they could definitely all be related. But then when you get a herd of like 30 or 40 individuals, that's maybe 5 or 6 different little family groups that have all come together. So then they won't be related. So to to answer your question, it's no. Um, just because they do go in and out of different herds. I mean, they're not territorial, so they don't fight different herds um, for different areas. So that's why they're happy to interact with one another and intermingle with one another. I mean, like even Kelsey looking here, like these 3 elephants that are now left here at the waterhole, they might all be related, and then those 3 that are leaving the waterhole might all 4 be related, just by looking at the way they're moving and where they're going. It is so incredible to see the different behaviors from when it's extremely hot to now overcast. Like when it's hot and they're swimming and playing around, there's quite a lot of noise. A lot of the elephants are trumpeting, pushing and shoving one another around, but now they almost seem like they're just nice and relaxed. Happy that it's not 40 degrees Celsius. Can only imagine being a big elephant in 40 degrees Celsius. Must be very tough. Zimdutch, good morning to you. I remember you, Zimbo, that's moved over to the Netherlands, and you watch the show just to get a little piece of Africa or home. But you're saying when the matriarch of the elephant herd dies, how is the successor chosen? So often within a herd, like there's almost, I would want to say, like a second in charge. Um, so it's not like they're gonna, when a matriarch dies, it's not like they're gonna fight for who's gonna be the next in charge. Basically, the next one in line will take over the reins, if that makes sense. So like there's always gonna be a second in charge, and then as soon as a matriarch dies, she'll then take over and lead the group to different areas. Seems like these elephants have now finished with their drink, and they might continue in the same direction where those others went off. And sometimes you'll find when elephants come down to the waterhole there, sometimes there's like 3 or 4 youngsters that might be left behind. And often people might think, oh, they're going to get lost. But elephants, they have extremely good sense of smell. So they often will then just follow the scent of the rest of the herd, and they'll be able to then find their way back into the herd. Andrea, you saying you've heard elephants have a very sensitive sense of smell, and are there any scent you've noticed that they don't like? Sure. So I have noticed that elephants, they really don't like the scent of any predators. So like leopard, lions, hyenas, wild dogs, cheetah. They'll often pick up the scent and they'll then run in that direction and chase them off. But also, like they don't like that sound of bees. I don't think it's the scent of bees. I don't think they give off any scent, but the sound of bees. If there's a big swarm of bees that fly over, and there's a herd of elephants, it can get quite interesting if you are close by. They almost just run in all different directions to try and get away from those bees. That's also why the other day somebody was saying that it would be incredible to have a drone shot footage of elephants at this waterhole. And the only reason that it would be amazing, but the only reason we wouldn't do it is because that drone sounds like a swarm of bees. And those elephants would disappear into the thick bush very, very quickly. Also, elephants, they don't like the sound of a helicopter. Often, like if you have to dart an elephant, say for conservation purposes, like putting a collar on, or maybe it's got a snare or something like that, and you do dart that elephant, the rest of the herd does continuously run for a very long time to try and get away from that noise. So, like, those are, Andrea, just a couple of different things that the elephants don't particularly enjoy. The lonely impala coming to join us at Jamala. Oh, there's some more impalas. Oh, our camera seems to be on its own mission today. Just having a scan now around the water just to see if there is anything else of interest for us to see here at Jamala.
It's World Hippo Day. WildEarth is celebrating one of the world's most fearsome and powerful animals with a Hippo Appreciation Fireside Chat. From terrifying teeth to territorial behavior, join James and Steve as we pay homage to the third largest mammal on Earth. Don't wallow in the mud, be hipper than a hippo and join the pod. Watch it live on our app. WildEarth, connecting with nature. Oh, it looks like the zebras are coming down to the waterhole now to take over. Lots of them just out of nowhere coming down to drink.
I hope I'm going to pronounce this name right. Ohiko, Ohik Knight, if that's correct, or if that is wrong, I do apologize. But you're saying, do crocodiles go after adult elephants? So I have seen videos of crocodiles going after adult elephants for sure. I've seen them go up towards where they're drinking and then latch onto the trunk. Um, I haven't, however, seen videos of like crocodiles successfully hunting adult elephants, but I have seen videos, sadly, of um, crocodiles taking younger elephants. And just because they're not as strong as the adults are, that hip crocodile then grabs the youngster and pulls it into the water, unfortunately. But I mean, crocodiles also, they're very opportunistic. So, like, they'll sort of take any opportunity that they can. Just like lions or leopards, they've also got to be very opportunistic. Got to take any opportunity that they can because they never know when their next meal is going to be. We are still waiting for any cat luck at any of our locations throughout southern and east Africa. And does seem like it is quite overcast throughout South Africa. I mean, in Johannesburg, it's also pretty overcast. Djuma also and Madikwe. We're hoping that there'll be some luck with the cats. And also, just a reminder to everybody, this is a live and interactive show. So please do send through your questions and your comments that you might have. And if you would like to subscribe, you can do so on our website. Or if you would like to join the conversation, you can do so on X using the hashtag WildEarth. I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have for me on this beautiful Sunday morning. It's always nice to just have a relaxing show on a Sunday. Just listen to the sights and sounds of nature and just take it in while we enjoy the last day of rest before another week starts.
This is On Safari. Now remember, this is live and interactive, so we'd love to hear from you.
To be having these incredible experiences in this wild underwater forest.
It was just one of those things which I don't think I'll ever see again in my life.
Thanks for joining us on our Sunrise Safari.
How beautiful is that? Nice herd of elephants coming down to join us with also a couple of youngsters. That elephant on the right now is very, very young. I love baby elephants. They can keep you entertained for hours. I think they all might come around now towards where the fresh water is. So we'll get a nice, good look at these youngsters. I thought that was a crocodile for a second in the water there. I got a bit of a fright. Have a look at that youngster trying to use its trunk like the others. But it's got doesn't have the best idea of how to use it. The two babies within this herd almost seem like they're very similar age. The one that's walking away from the waterhole now might even just be a little bit younger compared to this one that's quite close to the camera now. And saying that, I mean, elephants, they'll give birth all year round. So they don't have a birthing season like, say, for instance, impalas or wildebeest or warthogs do. Elephant was unhappy there. They're unhappy about something. You can see their body language has completely changed from being nice and relaxed around the water to a little bit nervous. I wonder what that might be. Shame the babies must be panicking at this stage. Can have a look at I mean, the wind has picked up. You can just hear the sound in the microphone. They might be picking up a sense of something that's still quite far away from the waterhole. They're just a little bit nervous. So it is now coming to 12:30, where we do introduce all the different AfriCam locations. So just thank you very much to AfriCams for coming on board with WildEarth and opening up all your different locations to us. Us as well as the viewers are very, very grateful for that. We do enjoy all those different AfriCam locations, so thank you.